Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT, people who are sticking the mutts, people who are EDBs, people who are NPCs. EDBs are emotional douchebags. NPCs are non-playable characters. Okay? So before NPCs, there was EDBs, emotional douchebags, back in the 80s, into the 90s. But you might not see it on the internet. But if you got any comments, questions, insults, or roasters, you put it down below. So, and you should know I'm eccentric, as if you read my profile down below and who I am. I remember this video is going to be about why I don't do matchmaking anymore. I used to do that shit, but I'm going to tell you two stories in my past of how I hooked up people and it went completely haywire. Okay? So let me see. The first one I actually hooked up was this guy who told me about, like he was lonely and stuff in his house. He lived right across from me and stuff, No, I think he lived below me. Yeah, I would come downstairs. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's how it was. Yeah, I was upstairs. I would go downstairs to the bathroom. This was in Homewood in Pittsburgh. Some guy named Chris. I remember his name, but I didn't know too much about him. But he seemed like a cool guy. He was taller than me. He was like about 5'9" and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I don't do dating, matchmaking, because I was trying to make some money off of that. I was just testing myself to see if I were to hook up anybody, anything will be fruition. Okay, would it blossom into something positive or negative? And so what happened is that he was this lonely guy. He didn't like to play games. He was really in his beta mode, very emotional. But I saw him smoke some cigarettes, but that's about it. I didn't see no alcohol, nothing like that. But other than that, I was looking around for him. Okay? I was like being his goon, looking for a girl, because I'm a great matchmaker. But 9 times out of 10, you never know what someone has in secret in their heart or in their mind. This is the most dangerous thing when you do matchmaking. This is why I don't do it no more. But I did it twice. And so I basically like, okay, I'm going to try this, okay? And it was easy for me to walk up to females and basically show a picture of a person, okay? That's how they look, okay? This is how I do. I tell them this person is this way, kind, consider he smokes cigarette. I try to tell them their past and also who they are. A little bit of good and a little bit of bad. And what happens is that the female usually is drawn to the person's attraction. So I would pick a female that would match. Yes.
Go to the living room. Go to the living room.
Why don't you go into the living room?
You.
No, let me finish what I'm doing, okay? And then I'll go to the.
Please.
No, not now. Okay,
you
go.
Loud.
No, I have to be loud. This isn't the bedroom. I'm usually in the bedroom until you get your own room, okay? So go into the living room until I'm done. I'm almost done. I'll tell one story. I got to tell one story. All right? Just be patient, okay? I love you.
Okay.
Look at that face. Merry Christmas. Let me see. Let me just turn this back on here. All right. So, let me just flip this back around here. So, as I would hook this guy up, I met this girl in the library because I know how to find them. Okay, that's just me. I know how to find women for you. But when I talked to her, she seemed just like him. They was perfectly matched for each other. She did. I walked up to her and I asked her, "Hey, you got a nice energy, and I was wondering if you're single because I know this guy who's a match for you. Yada yada yada." And she said to me straight up, "Why ain't you interested in me?" I was like, no. I got girlfriends already. I'm only interested in virgins and fucking polygyny. She was like, "Oh, okay." She said, "You're mighty fine yourself." And I said, "Yeah, you're beautiful, okay? But I like you to hook up with this guy." So next thing you know, I gave her his number, and all I did was give a number, okay? And I gave an address. And one day she wanted me to pick her up, I think it was, and I drove her over, okay, to the house where I stayed at and where he stayed at. And I introduced her to him at the front door. And I cut ties just like that. I just cut. And I thought everything would be fine. I said, "You take care of her and you take it." And it was a nice gesture for me to do such a thing because we was cool at the time. Now, meanwhile, some time has passed, okay? And then I realized one thing is that when I was going downstairs, I realized the door was reversed. And she was basically knocking on the door and trying to get out and stuff like that. And I basically opened the door and I asked her, what's going on, okay? You know, because I don't come downstairs for a long time because I'm usually in my own little world, okay? And so she was like, hey, I need you to get me out of here. I'm calling the police. He hurt me. He hit me. He trapped me up in here and stuff like that. And when I looked in his room while he wasn't there because he had to go to work, this dude was a druggie. He was an alcoholic. Yeah, he was drinking. He was getting drunk. He hurt me. And I was like, oh, man, okay, that's messed up. I'm sorry I tried to hook you. I said, don't worry about it. And she was like, don't worry about it. It's mistakes do happen. And basically, she got it out of the house. Ever since that happened, I never try to hook up anybody else again. Okay, so it's very important not to be a matchmaker because you never know what kind of demons or that a person has in their past. I don't do matchmaking. I usually do self-improvement so you can try to find the right person. And I always try to tell people that if you want a soulmate, you're not going to be compatible 80% of the time, especially if you're looking for a personality traits that's not yourself. I try to tell people how to look for their kindred spirit or look at everything as a form of a business or try to become alpha with their constructs and understand. But a lot of people don't like to listen to my type of strategy anyway, so I let it be gone. Okay, so that was one incident that happened. Now, another incident that happened, okay, I remember this girl. I was upstairs. I'm always on the top floor for some reason. Yeah. I remember this story. And she was fine as hell. I came downstairs. And how I met this girl was her daughter was on the bus nearby. And I said, the only thing I said to this girl on the bus, I was like, I said a good compliment. I said something like, you're a nice little tropical drop. Let me get them tropical drop numbers. Okay, I would say something. She was like, that's really nice. That's a really nice line. I said, yeah, you know. Because I like to smell things. I like to see things. I like to lick things. And she like, oh, okay, you're freaky like that. I said, yeah. But of course, I did not know that she actually lived on the first floor. Now, when I got there, okay, I saw someone that looks like her sister, which was actually her fucking mother, who was fucking 40 years old. And I was like, holy shit, is this some crazy shit? Did I hit the jackpot? But since I'm an alpha, I didn't really settle for the fact that she liked to smoke, and none of them were virgins. You can tell they were too fine to be themselves. Okay, you know, her daughter liked the cat. Okay, and she came into my apartment and stuff. We didn't do nothing because I like to talk first before I get in them draws. Okay, that's how I work. Okay, I like to talk. I like to play games. I like to see what her mind is at. All right. So next thing you know, long story short, there's a whole bunch of shit that happened. Okay, and next thing you know, her mother was like hitting on me and shit and telling me some shit like that. You could come inside, but I never came inside because he smoked cigarettes. I don't trust women who smoke cigarettes who tell me to come in their place. And I was like, how old are you? Because she was fucking beautiful, fucking 40 years old, man. She told me strictly that I'm a lonely woman sitting in there, okay? And I'm surprised that's how you met my daughter and stuff. And I don't mind, okay? I don't mind it. She was like, okay, with me doing to her daughter. Her daughter was 18, 24. I think she was 24, 19 or something like that. But it seemed like she didn't mind. But I think she was trying to trap me, so I didn't trust her. I just gave her massages and stuff like that. She said, you do it so good. I wish I could find a man like you. And I said, I could do that for you. I could do that for you. I could find a man for you. I think her name was Joy. Yep. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, there was a guy outside doing auto mechanic work or some shit. I don't know where he was from, but he seemed like her type. So I just basically looked him up and down and said, like, not like a homo. I looked him up and down and said, okay, I know this fine girl and you're going to like her. You're going to love her. You're going to like her smell and everything. Maybe I was hypnotizing him, but he was basically falling for it. I didn't ask for no payments or nothing. He just seemed like a cool guy to talk to. Okay, or you like he said, you like that? You a matchmaker? I said, yeah, I did it before, man, many times. But then, as I introduced him to her, I thought everything was fine. He said, oh, you did a good job. He's fine and shit. He's tall. I said, yeah, yes. I said, yeah, man, I know a lot of people, man. When I walk up to you, I don't care if you're a drug dealer, gangbanger, who you're going to love who I am. You would probably never stab me in my back. That's how cool I am. But I won't be around too long because sometimes bad things happen, okay? I hang with both good and evil, okay? I know who you are, okay? So next thing you know, I didn't know he was a bad person. I didn't know if he had a criminal record. I did not ask that. I just knew he knew a lot about cars, and I think that's a gift. So I hooked him up with her. And long story short, there was a lot of shit that happened in between. But during the time I was upstairs, I kept hearing some banging and stuff. He was abusing her. He was tell her she can't go outside. He was very possessive, man. And I tried to talk to him. I said, you can't do that. You can't put your hands on her. I know you. I told you she was a whore. You know, I tell guys all the time, if I feel a female is a whore, you better believe what I'm saying is true. You better believe it. Believe it, like Naruto. Like the Chris guy, the first guy, I'd say that she's a nice girl. She don't cheat around. I can tell. I can smell it. She don't go around like that. You got to take care of her. It seems like when I talk to guys who smoke, I guess I don't trust it no more. I believe my matchmaking skills is exceptional, but the problem is if the guy is like on something or drugs or something like that, no longer will I do that shit no more. Okay, that's what I saw. Okay, sometimes the guy is in his beta mode. He could be a big guy. He could be above average looking, because I talk to guys who look like they're above average attraction, but sometimes they might have a problem. Okay, or most of the time it's the females who have the problem, but the guy can be possessive and he'll do some stupid shit. He'll become a goddamn beta male or incel type character who would just shoot up a school or some shit like that. But as I said before, an incel is an involuntary, virgin. But I call incels anyone who snaps. Okay, and I call them two things. You're an incel. You're going to turn into a crazy fanatic. You're going to turn into a sociopath. What's wrong with you? Okay, and now he's not a virgin. That dude wasn't a virgin. The Chris guy wasn't a virgin, but they act goofy. So now I dedicated myself not to do it anymore. Also, I don't really do the phone thing no more, but I can still do that though, because at least you can see me get your girl. I can get your girl. You just pay me my $20 when she fails, right? You pay me. You gonna pay me? I ask all the time back in my heydays, is if I can find out if your girl's a trick. I can find out if your girl's a hoe just by giving me the phone. Just give me the phone. Give me the phone, man. Just give me the phone. Let me talk, and I'll tell you how the story's gonna work out. You talk to her for like 3 or 5 minutes and shit on the phone, and then you act like you're going to the bathroom and shit, and let me pick up the phone. Okay, and then if she gives me her digits real quick, you know she's slipping. All right, and guys paid me for that shit, so I got paid multitudes of different ways. Okay, that's when I lived in North Carolina. That's when I lived in Brooklyn. Okay, if you want to find out if your girl's slipping or your boy is slipping, you contact me. But you make sure you pay me if you catch him, because I don't want no part of it. You just got caught. So that's why I don't really do it too much, because plus I got my daughters and shit like that. I don't do all that shit. I just know that if I see a guy in trouble, or if I see a female in trouble, or anything in between, that's an opportunity to make some money right there. All right. But other than that, that's the reason why I don't do dating, okay, like matchmaking or like that, I could probably still do the phone call, cheating girlfriend on the phone call, that's easy to do. You don't necessarily need to see someone cheating. You just can hear it in their fucking voice, right? That's all you really need, okay? Every female I deal with, I usually give them a test. I said, when you with me, you always test it. So there's no way I'm stopping the test. Okay, and then if you fail it, I know what to do with your ass. You're going to pay up. Okay, other than that, that's all I really got to say, guys, boys and girls, okay? Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my page. And you have a nice motherfucking day, okay? All right? Peace.